Kenya, where survey findings by the nation's Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission revealed that the country's ministries are viewed as the most corrupt. VOA's Paul Ndiho interviewed Sombo Muzata, the director of the MPA Program, an assistant professor in the Department of Political Science at James Madison University, on Kenya's corruption issues.
When you have a situation where the majority of people feel like they're not being governed properly, it is likely that you see what we have seen happen over the last few weeks in Kenya. Governance has changed, and most of our politicians haven't caught up with that reality. It's not a one-way relationship anymore, where for a long time, people would just get instructions from the leaders, okay? Public officials and politicians would call the shots, and it was okay, it was fine, okay? Because for the most part, it was believed that they're supposed to give the instructions and the orders, and this is how we're going to do things. And then the masses, the population, sort of didn't have the power, and they didn't have a way to express themselves. But we've seen, because of technology, because of social media, pretty much everyone, has a voice now, okay, and has a voice that can be heard. And I think everybody can clearly see that now in the example of other countries where social media has been used extensively to create change, or at least to start movements, to start social movements that have caused some sort of change in the way things are done. And we can see that happening in Kenya. And in this particular instance, I think there's going to be a little bit more thought about what accountability means and how leaders, politicians, and public officials can be accountable to the larger population.
How important is fighting corruption? We talk about corruption, but in most cases, we look at corruption as just stealing maybe public funds. But corruption is more than that. Would you agree? Yes, corruption is more than that. I think thinking through what the consequences are of corruption is probably what would get a number of people to stand on their feet and say, wait, okay? So they now have to think, how best can they engage with the young people? How can those demands be met? And of course, the bit of promising to fight corruption is one thing. People are tired of promises. People want action, okay? The young people want to see that actually corruption is being fought, okay? And it's changing leadership, okay? It's changing if individuals are incompetent, and if individuals have continued on striking and doing deals that are making everybody else to be disadvantaged at the end of the day, taking them out. Young people want action. It's not business as usual. Putting on your hat as an advisor, how would you advise the president of Kenya? What can he do going forward? That's a very tough one. I know that there's been calls for him to step down, to resign, and it's pretty much coming from many different sectors of society, demonstrating that, he can act. And I think acting, he got rid of individuals. It is sad that some individuals have had to lose their jobs. It seems in a situation like this that things like that are bound to happen. I think he needs to act a little bit more, and he needs to show the young people and everybody in the country, that he is the leader that they really voted for. And he's able to deliver on the promises that he made, and he's also able to be the change that they thought he would be.
Sombo Muzata is the director of the MPA Program and assistant professor in the Department of Political Science at James Madison University.